Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you all had a Merry Christmas. And so it kind of warmed up here. I sit here and I'm back on my bee. I guess it would have been Friday and Saturday, and actually the first half of Sunday, Christmas Day there, that oh wow, the temperature was around zero to at nighttime on down below zero, around about 10 below or so roughly. And so yeah, it was way too cold to be out here working on my bee in the shed, even here in the shed. But anyway, it's starting to mild back up here this week. In fact, here within a couple days, they're calling for it to actually be up in the mid 50s, and so I'm good with that. But we can call this part 5 of working on the old bee. And in part 4, I'd showed you here about the head, and I want to get to work taking that off. But first things first, and that is this drive shaft that goes up here and drives the fan. And this here's actually a tube. Yeah, it's a tube with a drive shaft going through it. So I gotta get that unbolted back here on the back and get it all unbolted up there. And it looks like I'm going to have to take this oil bath air cleaner off. So hopefully I can get them 2 bolts out right there. Wait and see. But so yeah, a lot of fun trying to get that dumb thing out of there. It's never been moved. All right, well, surprisingly, I've already got this back bolt here out, but they actually didn't come out too bad, which is good news. I would have thought they would have been basically froze up in there, but they weren't. So that's a good thing. There we go. Get it popped out. Okay, I'm actually going to take and sit that into that bucket right there, because that bottom bowl is going to have oil and I don't want it dumping out and making a big mess over things. So we'll just drop it into that bucket and that'll hold it right there. Okay, there's that old wiring. Of course, all that junk I'm going to chop up. Well, I've chopped most of that out anyway, and so I'm going to take the rest of that out and get rid of it, because I sure don't need all that old wiring. And I'm assuming you can see that spring right there. I'm guessing that's got to be some kind of like a thermal spring, possibly, because with this thing not having a water pump, I don't know if the fan, if it kind of speeds and slows the fan up and down, or exactly how it works. Kind of neat though. But yeah, so now all I gotta do is get this tube here off, and that's what and let's see here, the spark plug wires go through that. Drop that U-bolt out, and then I'll be ready to start working on getting this drive shaft for the fan pulled out also. Alrighty guys, let me show you what I'm running into. I was kind of beginning to wonder about this fan, and I took the 2 bolts out here that go up underneath there. I took these 3 bolts out back here. But I wasn't exactly sure as far as getting that thing out of there. And in fact, if any of you know, post in the comments. But I'm almost beginning to wonder if, in order to take this fan here out, if the radiator doesn't have to come off in order to take and pull the gear out of here. So I've actually kind of held up on that for right now, and there goes the socket. What I want to see about doing is taking and going ahead and pulling the head out and see if I can drop it or lower it down through the bottom between the frame rails. And there's the 4 push rods. Like I say, them things are definitely long enough. Almost, no, I don't know, almost 1.5 feet, roughly. And so I think I'll have enough room. Thankfully, the head is actually on with studs, and so you take and pull these nuts off the top of the thing. Well, I guess it'd be a head nut. And get the head broke loose from the gasket, or from the top of the block right here, and just begin to work it out. And weight-wise, I'm assuming it's probably got some weight to it. And I may end up getting a floor jack and putting it up underneath the thing. Let's see what happens. Boy, not too bad, I guess. Well, that went pretty easy. That one not too bad. Like I say, thankfully with a stud, to put it back on makes getting it lined up pretty simple. And that definitely helps. But like I say, I may actually grab a floor jack and put up underneath the thing to I'm gonna do a little wiggling and twisting, and I may have to take and pull these 2 stud bolts here that hold the rocker arms in place. That way it narrows it up some more, and see about getting it lowered down out of there and going down through the bottom. But I'm not sure about that. Just have to see. Because if I get looking at it, and this part right here is narrower than the bottom angle is, and so I don't know if I can bring it out and simply turn it and lower it down, or these valve springs might be in the way. Just have to see what happens here and try and get it worked down out of there. Alright, I got my floor jack here underneath the head. I've got all the head stud nuts popped off. And so I'm going to take and grab my rubber hammer here. Hey, you can see it right there. We're splitting it open. All right, that's what we want, separating between the head and the block. That's one nice thing with these rubber hammers, at least you don't have to worry about tearing stuff up. I am going to take and lower that down just a little bit. Get that jack handle out of my way. Okay. Now that I've got it opened up some, I can go ahead and get that screwdriver worked in there. Okay, well, I'm getting that separated out. I'm gonna grab a bigger pry bar to get in there. That way I can work on each side and see if I can slowly get it worked out here at the front. And I am going, that stud right there actually came out when I took the rocker arm assembly off. I'll set that back there for right now out of the way. And now I'm going to go ahead and grab me in fact, a couple bigger pry bars. And keep showing you what's going on here. Okay, I grabbed a pair of vice grips and I got that stud pulled out that the rocker arm assembly popped on, or sat on actually. So what I'm trying to do now is get this head slid forward. And it's easier said than done, because it kind of wants to bind. And there's not a very, well, let's see here. There's not a very good access up from the bottom for me to jam a pry bar into. And so basically kind of what I'm doing is kind of almost walking it. And even that doesn't exactly want to work too well. Okay, well you can see right there, the stud bolts are basically countersunk. But like I say, trying to get it slid forward, not exactly the easiest job in the world. Because like I said, it acts like it wants to kind of come off in a bind. And there's just not a good way to get a pry bar into the bottom to pry out. So yeah, easier said than done. Okay, well I'm working on it here. Trying to get a little bit of movement just to see if I can slowly get it walked off all them stud bolts. And like I say, it's easier said than done. Should have grabbed a bigger pry bar. So, tell you what, I think I'm going to call that an end to this part 5 here. Not like my video is getting too awful long, but at least that gives you a rough idea. Let me see if I can take this light. Yeah, you can see down in there somewhat. It's hard to see what the actual cylinders look like until get the entire head popped off, but yeah, I'll keep working on it here and keep you updated as what's happening. So take care. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.